Ahoy guys, welcome to my video. First of all, I want to explain the video title. So the name is Dog Number 1, and I wanted to explain that this is a combination of the words drawing and vlog, and I thought about different possible combinations, but it all sounded weird, and then I came up with dog, and I love dogs. Dogs are just the cutest. So here we go. I don't know if this is gonna be a real series, but if something in my life happens or multiple things happen, I make a video about it, and it's gonna be a dog. So as a little birthday present to me, I bought Panic at the Disco cards, concert cards, or tickets. I bought Panic at the Disco concert tickets, and I tried drawing Brandon Urie. I practiced beforehand in my sketchbook, and on the 6th try or something, it actually looked like Brandon Urie. So I was like really confident going into my multimedia sketchbook that it would turn out like him. I tried a lot, and I'm sorry it doesn't look like Brandon Urie at all. Just like looks like some random dude. Yeah, but the concert was on the 3rd of April, so pretty long ago now. I mean, not too long, but it was great. Problem is, the semester started on April 1st, and the concert was in Berlin. So we had to go to Berlin. And it was quite a trip. German trains aren't always punctual, and yeah, I'm quite glad we even made it to Berlin. And then we checked into a hotel, and then it was already time to go to the concert, and it was amazing. Seeing Brandon Urie perform and having so much fun singing is just like the greatest. And when he hits like these really high notes, oh my god. And before the concert starts, there are always, I don't know, a concert where this isn't like there are music videos playing, and it's nice to have this like group moment when The Last of the Real Ones by Fall Out Boy plays and everyone sings along. It sounds quite nice. I'm like a sucker for big choirs and stuff. It sounds so nice. I really liked Brandon's outfit. He had like this gold jacket, and from my birthday money I bought a gold metallic set by Schmincke. It was I think like 30 euros. When I saw this set, I was like, this will be perfect to paint his like jacket blazer thing. So I did, and I was like so happy how the colors are, because when you get like cheap gold metallic paints, it's always like there's just different colored glitter in them, and it's not really opaque. I mean, watercolor shouldn't be opaque, but it's not actually the color that it promises to be. But of course, when you get a schmincke set, you kind of expect the colors to be great, and just just look at that. It's so nice, the color laydown and the way that it looks. I love it. I'm so happy that I bought it. It was a little more on the pricey side, like the first art supply ever that I spent so much on. But it was birthday money. I gotta stop sitting on my birthday money. I gotta spend it. And I wasn't quite sure, but I think I remember his pants were sparkly too. Not as sparkly as his jacket, but sparkly. And I gave him a coat of like white gold or something. I can't really tell the first two colors on the right apart, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I mean, it's hard to tell the golds apart too, but there's a little difference. I mean, at least for me, I've got a little problem seeking out my colors because I can't see them quite right. And after the gold coloring, which was like the most fun part about this, I always cringe so hard when I look at his face and it's not right. Capturing likeness is not easy. And when it came to the background, I was like really inspired by the lighting at the concert, which was like super bright and really cool. And it always looks so much better when there's a black background and the light is shining over it. But you can't quite recreate that with watercolors, and I don't know a medium that is still bright over black backgrounds but kind of translucent at the same time, so I just went with my watercolor, and I'm not too happy how it turned out. I really like the blue part, but when it comes to the purple, I always have to mix the purple, but because like the palette you see on the left is literally all I have as watercolors. I mean, now I have the schmincke set too, but this is like my basic set of watercolors. And I always have to mix the purple, and it just always looks kind of muddy. Not as much on camera as it looks in real life, but I just don't like it, so I think with my Christmas money I'm gonna invest in some better purple paint, or just get like a little half pen, or maybe I can invest in a whole pen of purple watercolor because I really like using purple. But yeah, I don't know if the background made the piece better or worse. I mean, my skills are not that good, and that's why I always do what I want to call finished pieces in my sketchbook, but they don't look like finished pieces, so I'm gonna say, oh, it's just a sketch. I really need to put myself more on stuff like this. Oh, I'm doing his skin now, and for the, I mean, I still don't have a clue how to make like skin look not dead and stuff, but I saw various watercolor artists like do first like the nose and the cheeks a little bit red, the fingertips red, and like the blushy areas first, and then go in with like a yellowy color and blend that out. And I think it turned alright, but it's still he's still kind of white and plain. I mean, Brandon has a really light skin tone, so at least that I got right, I think. Oh man, I'm so sorry for his face, but I was working so long on it and didn't turn out. So the next two pieces I'm doing in gouache, and this is my first go at gouache, and I bought 3 tubes of gouache with the rest of my birthday money, and because all my local art shop were schmincke gouache, I bought schmincke gouache. In the colors, wait for it, in the colors Oriental Blue, Rouge, Écarlate, I don't know. Oh, I was reading the French term, sorry. Scarlet Red, and Cadmium Yellow Hue Light. I was really pleased with the colors, but when working on this piece, I really noticed that I was missing a white to like tone down colors better and to get more variety in the hue. I just didn't know how to achieve this by mixing it with other colors, and I didn't want to dilute the paint to a point where it looked like watercolor, because I wanted it to look more like gouache. If I wanted it to look like watercolor, I just could use my watercolor. I was so frustrated with this part because I was like, why didn't I paint the yellow first and then the branches? Why did I go right in with branches? Like, beforehand I was like, oh, let's mix the brown before I paint so I have it easier, and then I just got straight in with the brown and was like, stupid idiot, you should mix it before, not start working with it. And we can kind of see how, I mean, you can't see it, but I really struggled with the right consistency of the paint. I didn't want it too thin, as I said, but when it's like so thick and dry on the brush, I don't like it either, so it was like hard to find the right amount of water to use. And I really struggled with that, and like mixing the right amount of paint. You can see like in the background the wall behind the branches which the tree kangaroo climbs on is like really different in tones, which reminds me I didn't talk about what you can see on this illustration. So me and my boyfriend went to the zoo for my birthday. I have a ticket so I can go all year round, which cost me like €50, and I went to the zoo so much that I don't know, I could have paid €200 and still got my money's worth. But my boyfriend doesn't, so it's like a really special occasion when he comes to me. He comes with me to the zoo. And we got up really early, which is no problem for me, but he's not like this kind of morning person, but for me he gets he does it. So we went to the zoo really early because I wanted to see how the cheaters got their meal, but then we realized the feedings are from May to September and it was only April, so it was like could have gotten up later. But then we went like looking at the other animals and at the tree kangaroos, and the tree kangaroo, I mean they have two, but they're in separate rooms, or on separate things, so they don't kill each other. I mean, they have been in the same room and outside before, and they seem to like each other, but they're just enjoying their own company more. And this one was having breakfast with some nice salad and vegetables and stuff, and we were just looking at it, and it came so close to the window, and it was like we were eye to eye with it, my boyfriend more because he was standing closer to it. And it was like, here, you wanna have some food with me? And as we just stood and stared at it, it was like, you're boring, I'm gonna eat my food elsewhere, and just hopped away. Just wanted to draw this moment so we can remember it for all eternity. and like this was really the highlight of the day, and I was so happy that we got there early, especially because there weren't many people, so you have the freedom to stand and stare at animals longer than you may would be when there were more people and they wanted to look too. I always feel so talking like that about the animals at the zoo makes me feel really guilty, because I'm always so awkward when somebody stares at me, so I don't think I will like it, but they act like ambassadors for their species, so it's okay, I tell myself. But two kangaroos are really, really cute. Like, my zoo has the Goodfellows. You can't argue with that, they're just heckin' cute. Back to the painting, you can see my boyfriend's jacket is like this blue grayish color, and as I say, I didn't have a white, so I just took the white from my watercolor set. It took as much paint off it as I could with a brush and mixed it in. I mean, all watercolor and gouache expert are just probably dying right now, but I didn't know what to do. I think you can really see it because it's like the most patchiest part of the painting, but it is what it is. I didn't know how else to color him, so. And then I got in with my pencils because I thought I could add more detail this way, because I really didn't feel with the brush sizes and the amount of paint that got on the brush, I was like able to add these details that I could with pencils, but it was quite hard to work with it, not as easy as it is on watercolor, and it doesn't give it this nice look. So, and I don't know if this like generally with gouache or just with this gouache, but for the life of me, I couldn't add detail on the kangaroo, on the Goodfellow. I just couldn't. It would just take off the paint, which was like a pasty consistency, and for this you need to know I let it sit overnight to completely dry, and because it was bedtime and after I did the gouache, so, and then I did go to uni, and then I used my colored pencils to refine the piece a little bit more and add detail where I felt it needed it. So yeah, I just couldn't paint over the kangaroo, and what needed it the most was this jacket. It was just like a bluish grey blob in the foreground. Not good. And if you're thinking, wait, the room looks really, really plain for the tree kangaroo, it's just a little thing it goes further to the right. There are a lot more branches and ropes, but I couldn't like paint the ropes in there because it would just have been yellow, and against the back and against the wall it was just would have been atrocious. The second piece, I wanted to paint a statue from the zoo. I don't know if this is the same in zoos abroad as with zoos in Germany, but most zoos are like an art gallery where there's like statues in some places, like just sprinkled all over the zoo, and this is by far my favorite. It's called the Fox and the Raven, and it's like from the fable from Aesop, I think, where the raven has like cheese and the fox walnuts, and the fox talks the raven into dropping the cheese into his mouth. And the moment the statue is referencing is just that, with the raven has the cheese still in its mouth, but the fox is already reaching for it. And yeah, there are a lot more statues. One I really like is like a little buffalo herd, and I was like, this looks so familiar. Have I seen this statue before? But I wasn't in the zoo before, so where have I seen the statue? And I did a little bit of research on it, and turns out there's not one buffalo statue in this world, but 2 buffalo statues in this world, and the other one, like an exact copy, is in the Zoo of Berlin, where I've been before, and I knew where the statue is, and I was like, that's where I've seen it before. So yeah, it's quite a shame that some of these statues are really far away from the animals, because this zoo has been a botanical garden before, so there are ways from the old botanical garden where there was no place to put animals, but the ways are still there because they're pretty, but I don't think too much humans go there, or too much people go there, because there are no animals to look at. But plants at the zoo are really interesting, because they have like exotic plants, like where the way to the Raven and the Fox starts, my zoo has like Japanese cherry trees, and I'm so excited waiting for them to blossom. I just want to see it so bad, because a trip to Japan would cost me a fortune, and I can't afford that, so really excited for them to bloom here. But to get back to the point, not much visitors see that part of the zoo. So close to the statue is like a bench where you can sit, and it's so nice because nobody's there, and you can eat without being watched. And there's so much greenery, so nice to just chill out. And I don't know, someday I've got to take my sketchbook to the zoo and sketch there. Maybe this would make a good video. So for the statue, I didn't have a black, as you could probably guess. And I don't know, I think just plain black would have not looked so great. So I did mix quite a dark purple for the statue. And thing is, the statue stands on a stone thingy, so these are like 2 different colors, but for simplicity's sake, I did it all in one color. Can't talk, won't talk. Oh, I will talk. And yeah, I also did like the tree stems in purple and stuff, and after that I wanted to go in with colored pencils again to add like more texture to the grass and stuff. But I didn't learn my lesson from the first thing. It didn't really work, and it didn't look nice, so I just cut that part out for you. You're just seeing the gouache part, which is like, I like this piece more just like that, so I want to commemorate it like that. But yeah, I like how the second piece turned out more than I liked the first. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to September, because then there is like a guided tour to the statues where they talk a bit about the artists and how the statues came to be and stuff. And I think I'm gonna have to draw a lot more of the statues. And my all-time goal as a hobby artist is putting a statue of mine in the zoo. I don't care how long it takes, but I want a statue at the zoo, preferably in Rostock too, because it's just like my first home-based zoo, and it's like the best zoo in Europe category 2. There is like every 3 years there is a ranking of the category 2 zoos, which is 500,000 visitors to 1 million. So it's really nice zoo. Thank you for watching. I hope you had as great of a time as I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, see you in my next video.